That's how one. We that failed.
Hi everybody, it's Rolex here, and it's been, I don't know, a year since the last video of PoE2 that I, put out. And so this league I've been playing quite a lot. I think, I don't know, I had about 400 hours, I think like or maybe like 300 hours in total for this league, and I tried to play not many characters, so I did end up having 3 characters. One of them is only level 75, and one of them is level 91, which is my Titan, and then the character that you've seen here is going to be the Gemling, which is level 99 currently, and I don't think I would be pushing toward level 100. I mean, if I have about another month, maybe. But PoE 1's on the horizon. It's like a week to go, and I think I want to make this video as soon as possible because I'm not going to be playing PoE 2 until I think 1.0, because from the schedule they said that 1.0 release is going to be the next one, right? Like 0.5 and then going into 1.0, which is the full release. And then I was checking the game out again. Now I did play in every league, but I didn't really have much to say about the game because the game doesn't really change that much in my perspective, or the way that I play the game, or the way that I enjoy PoE in the first place. So like, even though there's a lot of big patches, there's a lot of change, there's a lot of contents added into the game, I don't particularly think 0.3 and 0.4 had like bigger impact on my playthrough and on the game that I like expect to see from PoE. But there's nothing wrong with it, right? Like, I think the game is still in development. I'd say like it's always going to be in development, like for PoE and PoE 2 as well. But the core part, the core principle of the game, it's still there, and I still love it. Although 0.5 had a big shift in terms of endgame, and the way that I feel about the game, kind of shifted from 0.3 and 0.4, right? Like, back then, whenever I play PoE 1, I get the feeling of like, oh, let's, like, make a lot of character. Let's make a lot of character to try different things. Like, let play different build, play with different skills and different setups and stuff like that. So I had a lot of characters in PoE 1. Like, or during regular league, I think I had about like 5 characters, like, most of the time. For PoE 2 as well, I think I had like maybe like 5-6 characters. But then this league, I only play 3 characters. One of them is not even finished, right? Like the Macho Acid, I only get to like level 75, and that's not finished. As you can see, the Gemling is doing a lot of stuff here. Just gonna show some footage that I recorded in the last day, I think, for this character. This is not gonna be like a build guide or anything. This is gonna be probably collectively just whatever I want to talk about for the game, just in general. So the feeling that I have for PoE2, it's still the same, right? It's like, this game is gonna be good, and even though it's not gonna be my cup of tea, just for the fact that I feel like the Atlas, the Endgame, it doesn't feel like you're exploring that much. Like, okay, you get to see the map, the zoom out map. You get to see all where the location are and stuff like that, but it doesn't feel like you're exploring the world because you're still going back into your hideout, right? Like, the exploring, to me, it's gonna be something like Delve, where you don't need to go back to the surface. You can just keep going node to node. Like, you go down there, and then you can go maybe like 3 or 4 nodes before you get into the loading screen. And even if you go into the loading screen, you don't need to go back to town. You don't need to go back to your hideout, so you still feel like you're exploring. For PoE2, for the Atlas, it doesn't feel like that. You don't feel the connection between maps. Like you go into a map, and the next map that you had to do in order to go to the next map, you have to get out of that map, back into your hideout, pick up another map, and then put it in the map device, and then choose the location that you want to go. Like, to me, that kind of breakpoint, that pause, make it so that it doesn't feel like exploring. It just feels like the same thing with PoE1, and it's actually worse. That because now you can't just put map into the map device and you get to run the map that you want to run. Like now you actually have to let me show you the map device. All right. Now you have to actually just like click, right, and then you put a map in. Now this system has been put into PoE1 as well, so you don't have, you know, the map name anymore. Now this is a good part and a bad part, because first thing first, if I want to run a specific map, I have to check in, you know, the screen itself, and I have to click on the screen, and then I have to put a map in, and then, you know, run that map, right? The benefit of having map name in PoE1 before the change from last patch, which is a good change, by the way, but the benefit of having a map name means I don't have to look where it is. I can always put a map in and I get that map instantly. I don't need to manually dragging my screen or like dragging my mouse into the map, right? Because I'm pretty bad at like memorizing all the like layout in both PoE1 and PoE2, by the way. So just having the free kind of like, you know, free up your memory so that you don't have to remember everything within the atlas. Like, you know, like sometimes I do have to, you know, like search here, right? Like there's a search bar, which is good, but I don't want to use that all the time. So the atlas is kind of, it's still one of the biggest problem for me in PoE2. Now it's probably not for a lot of people, because, you know, it's still great. Like I still like it, I still enjoy, you know, running, I still enjoy exploring and stuff like that. But every time that I finish the map and then I have to come back to my hideout, I don't feel like exploring, right? Like it's just like, it's just PoE1 mapping. So I don't know what they can do to change it. I don't know if there's a engine limit or anything, but the game doesn't really feel that different from PoE1 in terms of mapping, right? It, like, whatever they change here, it's cool that you actually like see the location and everything, but it doesn't remove the fact that you have to go back to your hideout. Like every map, you can't just finish a map and then go to the next map in that map, right? So it's still, that part is still kind of like bothering me with the new system, because with this system you can just remove the atlas and then put the map device of PoE1 in, and it would feel the same to me. Like it wouldn't feel that much different. Like seeing or not seeing doesn't really matter, because the feel of like exploring, it's not there. Now, the good part about this league is everything, right? You probably heard a lot of stuff about this league, and it's pretty good. And that's why I play to level 99 for this league. Like, this is the first league that I get my characters to level 99. And this character I've been playing for 12 days, so I don't know, like 200 something hours for this character alone, and then another character for another 70, 80 hours. So it's total like about 300 hours for this league. You know, I'm not pushing for 400 hours. Like I think I'm pretty much done with the league, and I don't think there's much more I would like to do. I mean, there's still like sanctification that I can do for my gears and stuff like that. I mean, if you want to, you know, like know how the build plays, how the build function, and whatever like choice I make here, I don't know if I ever gonna make the video about that, because the build, it's you're not gonna be able to copy this. Like I think I put in more than 2 mirrors in this character just by crafting its gear, because it's very much, you just probably have to just craft them. Like, you can't just buy them for the most part. And the way that I'm making my character, I don't just want damage, right? I don't care about that much about damage. If I kill the boss within like 1 or 2 seconds, it doesn't really matter. I don't need damage, because I'm not playing crit, and not playing crit means that no monsters in the game gonna have crit immune. So that means I always do the same damage regardless of monster's modifier. And I have, like armor break and stuff like that. And the item that you would need to replicate this build, it's probably, no, you're not gonna be able to afford it without like insane amount of currency. And I don't think it's worth it. Like, this character is not worth that much currency. So I started this character with like, I don't know, like 40 divines, I think. And then, like, I farmed a little bit, and then I bought this jewel, Storm Rebuilds and Augmented Fletch. This one was 50 div, like when I bought it. Because back then, there's like 1.5%, players playing Gemling when I bought this jewel. And now I don't even know if you can afford it. I like, this guy left it for like 17 days, but I think there's a one that I've seen like a week ago with like 2500 div, and then there's one before that was like 1600 div, and they all gone. So the current market price for this build, I don't think it's worth it. You can get a better build or less. So unless you have fun playing Earthshatter, I guess. So, and this jewel, I just bought it like maybe in the last 2 days, because I can't be bothered to craft another jewel. So I just like, well, let's just buy the +3. And this cost me like 95 div. Or to buy this now, it's maybe 100. I don't know. But that's it. See you on the next one. Bye.